Welcome back to my study. Last week we were here, same spot, but looking through the window at that tree, if you remember. The buds, blossoms now beginning to come onto it, and hopefully in a short time it'll be fully red. I want us to leave here and go to the tree and to look back to this window and look back to the house. I'll tell you what I want you to do once we get there. We're back now in front of the house, and we have just moved from the inside study window to here, and the tree is just on your right. Looking at the house, I want you to do something in a moment. I'm sure with the children, you've taken a puzzle book, and when they're very young, they get two pictures or two drawings, and they're asked to look at them because they're both the same, but there are differences. Spot the difference. As you look at the house here today, I'm then going to show you a photograph in a moment of the house in the year 1900. Think hard, look hard, can you spot the difference? We'll give you a second. We'll come to the photograph. Someone gave it to me, there it is. And it just shows the same position 120 years ago. And look hard. Now, what do we see that's different? There's not a lot actually. If you look to the right of this old photograph, you will see a type of greenhouse or conservatory for plants. And now, there's a lean-to garage in the same place and almost in the same dimensions. In fact, when you go inside, I have noticed a couple of tiles that are the original to the house on the floor. If you go to the left of the picture, you will see a monkey puzzle tree, and that's gone. And just around the study sides of the window, there's been a plant growing up. In fact, if you go closely to it, you will still see some of the nail marks where the wire kept it and enabled it to grow. Other than that, with the exception of the people and the dress, and maybe a change in the windows, that is from what they're made, it's virtually the same. The porch, the dimensions, and the general standing. I want us to see life a bit like that at the moment. We reckon we have moved with so many things technologically, and we're so thankful for all the advancements, but when we strip them away, we're still the same people as people have always been. And today we notice that no matter where we come from or what we have, we strip it away to the basics, and we see we have hopes, fears, sorrows and pains and troubles, the same as anyone. There is a common humanity. Sadly, over the past few weeks, that in a sense has come to the fore because of the situation. With the virus, everyone realizes that it is no respecter of persons, and we are the same. Same vulnerability, same needs when we strip things away. Somebody came to Jesus on one occasion when Jesus walked this earth, and they asked Jesus a question. If you strip everything away in our relationship to God, if we strip everything away when we want to worship God, and we'll cut to the chase, what's really essential? Now, the person who came to Jesus came from the religious background of that day, and unfortunately for many of the people, he and others had added so much to the worship of God and to drawing near to God that it had almost become a burden. And he wanted to test Jesus, but in testing Jesus, Jesus goes to the heart of the matter and he tells us what's essential. Let's hear. I turn to Luke's Gospel and Luke chapter 10. On one occasion, an expert in the law of God, stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law of God?" he replied. "How do you read it?" And the man answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbour as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this, and you will live." Jesus summed it all up. Love your neighbour, love God. And at the moment we certainly see people identifying that support of their neighbour, whoever he or she might be. But Jesus wants us to do that, maybe just not on one occasion, but our whole attitude to love others as we might love ourselves. And of course, he began with loving God with all our heart and all our mind and all our strength and all our soul, our very being. Again, not occasionally, but a whole attitude, a whole lifelong approach to trusting and resting in God. It's simple to understand, but maybe it's challenging to do. But that's what Jesus brings to us, to follow him. Love your neighbour as yourself, and love God with all your heart.